elementary students. So today we learned all about interquartile range and how that affects outliers and how we would make a box and whisker plot based off of all of this. So this is going to be problem number 3 from your homework 27.2. And we're just going to kind of go through the process of creating a box and whisker plot and determining outliers. So here we go. First step is always to make sure your numbers are in order from least to greatest. So since these ones aren't, we're going to do that real quick. So we have 1, 3, 3, 2 4s, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, and 2 10s. Okay, so now our numbers are in order from least to greatest. We're ready to get started with step 1, which is find the median and the upper and lower quartiles. So here we go. To find the median, we have to just cross off numbers on either side until we get down to the middle. So our middle number here is 6. So that's going to be our median. Then we're going to find the middle of the top half and the middle of the bottom half to determine our upper and lower quartiles. So the top half is everything that's above 6. The bottom half is everything that's below 6. So we're going to do the same thing over here, crossing off numbers. But when we have 2 numbers in the middle like this, we find the number that's in between these two. So between 8 and 9 is 8.5. So that's going to be our upper quartile. Then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom half. So crossing off the ends. We get 3 and 4 in the middle here. So 3.5 is going to be our lower quartile. Okay, so there's step 1. We've got our lower quartile, we have our median, and we have our upper quartile. Step 2, find the interquartile range, or IQR. So that's going to be the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So 8.5 minus 3.5, which just gives us 5. So that's our interquartile range here. So the next step is we're going to take this number and we're going to multiply it by 1.5. So step 3, you take your IQR times 1.5, and that gives us 7.5. So now we're going to take that number for our 4th step, and we're going to take our upper quartile plus that number, so plus 7.5. So that would be 8.5 plus 7.5, which is 16. And then we're going to take our lower quartile minus that number, so minus 7.5. So 3.5 minus 7.5. And we get -4 for that one. So basically what this tells us is that any number between -4 and 16 are okay. Those numbers are not going to be outliers. If I have any numbers in my data set that are bigger than 16 or smaller than -4, those would be outliers. So in this case, our smallest number is 1 in our data set. Our biggest number is 10. Those both fall within -4 and 16. So in this case, we have no outliers. So since we have no outliers, we can skip straight to making our box and whisker plot. So we want to get our 5-number summary real quick. Our minimum is 1. That's our smallest number. Lower quartile was 3.5. The median was 6. The upper quartile was 8.5. and the maximum was 10. So now we're just gonna over here make a quick number line. We just need the numbers 1 through 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I guess we'll fill in the others too since it's such a small one, but really we need the ones that we care about shown down here. So our minimum at 1, our lower quartile at 3.5, so just between 3 and 4, the median at 6, the upper quartile at 8.5, so between 8 and 9, and the maximum at 10. And do your best to space these evenly, but it's not the end of the world if they're not evenly spaced. If you're just drawing your own here like this. Then we make our box, so that's going to go from our lower quartile to our upper quartile. And then a line in the middle for the median at 6, and then our whiskers out to our maximum and our minimum. So there we go, there's our box and whisker plot, and we don't have any outliers, so we don't need any other dots on there.